Hi, I'm Greg Nettle, lead pastor at RiverTree Christian Church in Northern Ohio, one of the fastest dying areas in America. In fact, last year, Forbes.com listed two cities, Canton and Cleveland, which we're right in the middle of, as two of the top 10 fastest dying cities in America. Yippee-ki-yay. For quite some time, I struggled with this idea of, God, why do you have me stuck here in these dying communities? But have come to believe with all my heart that out of the deepest darkness shines God's light the brightest. And so we believe that out of this deep economic darkness, Jesus is going to revive these communities in ways that we can't even imagine right now. Galatians 2:20 says, I am crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Jesus now lives in me. That makes me one of the grateful dead. And our hope, our dream is that Canton, Cleveland, Youngstown will all become cities that are known as Grateful Dead cities. Cities that have died to all the ways of this world, but have absolutely been revived because now Jesus is alive and shining out of that deep darkness. Now, in the midst of all this economic decline, there are still millions of people that need to know about Jesus, that need to have the literal hell they're living in transformed into the kingdom of God. So how do we do that? How do we reach Northern Ohio? And this is kind of the aha moment that hit us not too long ago. Currently, RiverTree runs about 3,000 people a weekend. We have 3 campuses, the multi-site deal, and another unplugged venue. But how do we reach, all of Northern Ohio so it becomes the Grateful Dead, this great light? Well, I've been praying for a farm down the road from our original campus site for at least 10 years. And every time I drive by the farm on the way to the highway, I'd say, God, we'd love to have that. We'd love to put up, the big mega church edifice, all of that. We even went so far as to have it designed out by, this amazing design company. The build-out price was going to be about $70 million to put up, the big campus. Well, finally, Mrs. Frank sent her realtor to us, said she was ready to close down the farm, ready to move, and she'd love for us to buy the 70 acres. Answer to prayer, right? So I'm sitting in this meeting. The realtor tells us this, and I get this sick feeling in my stomach because I realize that God's speaking through me and into my heart, and He doesn't want us to buy this farm. That he would rather have us be a church that is generous, gives money away, moves out missionally into the community than put up the whole $70 million campus deal. That's not going to be the way to reach Northern Ohio. So we make that decision, and all the crazy things. That weekend, I announced to, at all of our weekend services, hey, we decided we want to be a very generous church, very missional, move out into the community. We're not going to buy the farm. We're not going to put up this $70 million deal. And everyone erupts in applause. It was kind of a defining aha moment for our entire church. So that kind of led us down the multi-site path, which has been really good, but still for us in Northern Ohio, the economic reality is that we need to do something that is rapidly reproducible, very organic, doesn't take a lot of resources, especially financially. And so what do we do? And even multi-siting was costing us too much money. And so we started moving. Our plan this year in 2010 is to open 8 new missional communities that will reach very intimately into the lives of people right where they're at and will cost us virtually nothing to open. We began this ministry program called One Life, 1 Year, where we challenged all of our people to say for 1 year, we're going to invest. We've been throwing money at stuff. People have thrown money at Cleveland and Canton for the past 100 years. Doesn't do anything to transform the city. But we know relationally through Jesus it will. So we challenge people for one life to commit to one life for 1 year through Big Brothers, Big Sisters, homeless shelters for men to mentor them, pregnancy support centers, all of these agencies that are already there. We have more than 600 people that have committed to that. And we believe that will double in the next year. And that literally that's what will transform lives and then change those communities. We believe that it won't be long. I'm praying inside of 5 years that people will look at a city like Canton and they'll say, what in the world happened there? And the only thing that people will be able to say is Jesus. Not RiverTree, not Greg Nettle, not a bunch of money being thrown at it. just Jesus. And so that makes us the Grateful Dead.